Back now with Mario's Barn. A few little changes in Mario's Barn. Some great miles this week. One in particular was Walk on the Moon. We'll get to him in a minute. We will start with Blue Monk, as I've said to everybody in the opening in another couple of videos. Blue Monk is on a little bit of a bubble where if we go to train him on Wednesday and there's even a hint of some sort of issue with his airway as far as allergies goes, I'm going to pull the plug on Blue Monk for 3 to 4 weeks. We're not going to pretend. I know everybody keeps sending me messages. This product is great and that product is great. I can assure you none of those products are great if you're allowed to race on them when it comes to racing horses with airway issues in the year 2020. Cortisones can't be used, antihistamines can't be used, and I'm sure that the honey-based herbal essences or whatever the hell it is from somewhere works great for your trail horses or riding horses, but when it comes to racing horses at 105% in the most athletic fashion they possibly can, it's not going to cut it. And I think we've learned a lot over the last 3, 4, 5 years. First thing I learned is if you continue to race horses with allergy, inflammation and redness and soreness in their airways caused by allergies, you will almost certainly end up with some form of a bleeder by the fall, and that is not going to happen with Blue Monk on my watch. So Blue Monk, don't take that for, two things. One, that's not the end of the world. There's lots of racing throughout the late summer, fall with Blue Monk. I could stop him in a month and still easily make either the grassroots or the gold final if we decide to race him and he's good enough in there. His airway needs to be protected, and if that's what needs to happen, then we will. So there's that, and then secondly, there's no reason that there wouldn't be lots of racing for the horse in the fall. Not just stake racing, but added money events at Mohawk and Woodbine if we choose to. One, if we have to stop with them, which is not a certainty in any way, shape, or form right now. If we have to stop with them, there's tons of racing in the fall, and if we don't have to stop with them, if we can manage this properly, then fine, we'll continue to race him. But the Blue Monk I saw go the other day is not the Blue Monk that we trained down. Now, first over attacked for 1/8 of a mile and then packed it in. That's not the horse we trained down. And when they scoped him after and found mucus, redness, and pimples, it's not that shocking. I've seen this story before. I know how it ends. This time we're going to rewrite it. So, Blue Monk, no concerns with Blue Monk, regardless of what happens over the next 4 weeks. He will have just as many starts in him as many of the other horses and race for just as much money. I don't have any concerns at all with Blue Monk. Cut the Line, she will be going out to the field. There's a filly that her knees have bothered her. She progressively got better, so then again you see her work ethic is good, her attitude is good, and if her knees are bothering her a little bit, now's the time to turn her out and give her some time. 58's not going to cut it in the sire stakes. Why would we put a horse in a position where she's going to get beat when we know we can turn her out and bring her back, and she'll probably be a much better horse for it? So Cut the Line's going out to the field. Here's a little peculiar thing. Enduring Strength is going to be in that sale on Wednesday. Now, he's going to be entered Monday for Thursday. I called the judges, and if he's sold at public auction, which he's going to be, he can be entered in the sale. He just has to remain in Mario Bergeron's care until after Thursday. So anybody out there that wants to buy Enduring Strength, that's fine. You can race him Thursday at Mohawk if you want in a sire stakes, but that horse has to stay in Mario's care until Friday morning. So, or at least Thursday after the race. So that's a scoop with Enduring Strength. That should actually, I guess, bolster his price a little bit. He's got a little ways to go before he's a real powerhouse even in the grassroots division. But nevertheless, interesting storyline nonetheless. First glance, like the other colts, we opted not to put him in Monday. We opted to train him on Wednesday. We have a lot of races coming up for him. If I'm not mistaken, he's eligible to the Battle of Waterloo. He's still eligible to the OSS, and those races are coming up soon enough. I think the 23rd or the 20th, so within the next week, 10 days. So the timeline to train him on Wednesday would be perfectly dead on. Inland Beach just finished 4th at Sarnia. Somebody sent me a message, sent me the line. I was just using the bathroom and sent me the line, and didn't look that great. Sat in the 4-hole, 4th B15, 58.3. I would suggest maybe she's a little sick. It's going around everywhere, as I said. Ohio, Ontario, Pennsylvania, New York. I know some horses are sick in New York also. So just at this wicked heat wave that we had for a week, it's a real problem for everybody, for the horses included. So, so Inland Beach, I have no confirmation if she's sick, but looking at her line, mean, you don't finish third closing in 56 in Hanover and stroll down to Sarnia and finish fourth, pace 58 with a very mediocre line. It just doesn't happen. So I would suggest maybe she's a little bit sick. Italian Grit races. Italian Grit's not in Mario's barn anymore. He's in Jason's barn. Again, another move. He's racing Wednesday in Ohio, in Northfield Park. I'm Hill on Wheels, qualified well. As I said in the opening video, is this a horse that we should turn out, sell, or continue on with? 3 very distinct paths. Here's a Muscle Hill, just won a qualifier in 2-2 as a 2-year-old. Might be worth taking a look on the open market for I'm Hill on Wheels. Not certain. I'm not leaning either way. This conversation is more than open for discussion, but I'm thinking might be worth testing the open market with I'm Hill on Wheels. We'll see. Knockdown Dragout is still with Mario. She's going to look to qualify on Friday. We'll see how that goes. Off-Road Hanover is going to race soon enough next week. We need to get him on a consistent racing schedule, and even look down towards Freehold area. Is there something down there for him? We'll be doing that this weekend. Rooney Blue Chip. I think Rooney Blue Chip is going to head to Illinois, and maybe some people there that are surprised to hear this, but we need to get him racing consistently. Bigger the better, the track. The slower the better too, and it's not that Rooney's slow, but chasing miles in 54 and 55 is not going to help him that much. I'd like to see a mile 58, 57, and it looks like the maidens in Illinois and numbers of 2 go around 58, 57, 56. So that might be a great spot for him moving forward. Sunshine and Shade will qualify next Friday. Mario said he trained well this week. We'll see how he goes. Sweet Ambitions again, getting some experience, getting some racing into her. Mario asked, would she go without hobbles? I said, well, she trained down many times without hobbles. That would be up to you. You're going with her. I mean, if you want to try her without hobbles, go ahead. Walk on the Moon was absolutely tremendous the other day. Beat fair and square, but they were flying on the end of it. 27-4. I love the way he raced. I love the way Mario drove him. He did a great job with this horse and continues to do a good job with him. We have a lot of fun with Walk on the Moon all summer. Or We Welcome, I think, will be somewhere around the same kind of lines. Looks good for Sunday. Pick to win, going for 73,000. Mario said she was a little sick last week. They had her on antibiotics, ran fluids into her. Light training mile heading into Sunday. We will see how War We Welcome does on Sunday. And then I guess a little disappointing, Won My Heart Hanover. I think I'm just going to turn her out. I know a lot of people are, when's she going to be in? When's she going to be in? I'll send a message out later on this evening, but I'm going to turn Won My Heart Hanover out. I can't watch her be mediocre when she trained down so good. So at the same time, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she just is a mediocre horse. But I'm going to do everything I can to get to the bottom of that. I find it so hard to believe that she trained down so good and turned out so ordinary. It wouldn't be the first time, but it would be a little, I won't lie, it'll be a little upsetting if that's the case. We will see how Won My Heart Hanover is later in the fall, but for now, I think it's time to just give her some time on the grass. So that's Mario's barn. We'll be back in a minute. We still got Jason and Kevin's barn to go through. Be back in just a minute.